Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. We're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 15. It says, "All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There was a just man that perishes in his righteousness. There's a wicked man that prolongs his life in his wickedness." Because here in our captivity and here in Esau's empire, there was a imbalance. There's an unfairness. That's why the wicked man prolongs his life and the righteous man perishes, man. It's geared up for that we lose. So, and even pretty much the whole book of Ecclesiastes, it speaks about the life without purpose. Life of vanity. The life that man lives upon the earth, it's pretty much it has no purpose, man. The average two-third, the average Jake, he lives a meaningless life. He lives a life of a slave, the life of a sheeple, the life of one programmed and controlled by his superiors. And his life purpose is very futile, and it basically has no meaning. That's why, Jake, talking about the so-called Black, Latino, Native American, that's why they seek purpose in all kinds of wickedness, man. They seek purpose in money. They seek purpose in popularity, social media. They seek purpose in women, in sex, in drugs. They seek purpose in jobs and careers. They seek purpose in sports. And all kinds of types of folly. And eventually, it all gets old, and it all amounts to nothing. I know one of the brothers in the camp. He always speaks about how us being in this truth, and compared to being in the world, that there's nothing in the world exciting anymore. If you a man that's been through different experiences, it's already a been there, done that situation. Like you already did all the things, man. You already did all the wickedness and bullshit and folly. In the truth, and it's nothing new, man. Ain't nothing great about it. When you come into the truth, you realize there was nothing great about those things. So there is a purposeless life without the truth, man. So let's go ahead and get Isaiah 53. Oh, that's Isaiah 53. Yeah, let's look it up. So like Isaiah 55 and 2, it says, "Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?" Or, there's a saying in the world, time is money. So wherefore spend money for that which is not bread? Or, putting your time, your effort into something that's not going to be beneficial to you. It says, "And labor for that which satisfies not." So that's speaking of a life of chasing pursuits that don't benefit you, or not really, they're useless. It says, "Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness." So that hearkening is to the word, to this truth. That's where the true purpose of life is. That's where the true riches. That's the purpose-driven life, man. Taken away from that fucking Edomite. You got that book, that prosperity preacher, Joel Osteen. He got a book or saying, the driven purpose life, and that's basically just him preaching that prosperity doctrine. But the real driven purpose life is not prosperity doctrine or prosperity according to the world, but prosperity and the knowledge of this word. It says, I want that back again. "Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfies not? Hearken diligently to me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness." And once again, that's talking about the treasures in heaven. And that's where you're going to find that which is good. That's where you're going to find purpose. And in doing so, you're going to have to do away a lot of things in your life, man. You know, this because the truth going to be a higher priority, and those other things in your life may get neglected. You know, it may be that you have to neglect your family, or you neglect your job. You know, you're not going to make as much money as you would make, because you got to have time and vote to the truth, or you're not going to pay attention to your woman and your kids as much as you would like, because you got to devote time to the truth. You know, and that's just part of serving the higher purpose, man. You know, and that's what the Lord requires, man. He requires that sacrifice. Go ahead and get a sample. Luke, the 10th chapter. This is Luke 10, and we'll start at verse, what, 40? Yeah. We'll start at verse, 38. This is just a example. Luke 10 and 38 said, now it came to pass that that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. Received who? Yahushua. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahushua's feet and heard his word. I don't like saying that word, Jesus, but it says, but Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him because I guess Mary was, you know, she was constantly paying attention to the Lord, man, ministering to him. And Martha was cumbered. Let's get that word cumbered. Drawn metaphor German about mentally to be overoccupied, to be busy about a thing. It says, and came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not Slakia? And came and said to him, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. You know, so she was kind of like mad because her sister was neglecting, you know, certain things to minister to Yahushua. And Yahushua answered, said unto Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful. Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her. So that's just an example of, you know, when you come into this ministry, you know, there's going to have to be things that are going to have to fall by the wayside. You know, you're going to have to neglect for the truth's sake. And it's not going to agree with everybody, man. It might not agree with your family members. It might not agree with your spouse or your children. It might not agree with you. But those are the sacrifices and things that you got to do to be solid in this truth, man. Let's get a few more scriptures. Let's get Luke, the 8th chapter. It's a lot. Luke 8 and 14, it says, this is speaking about the word. It says, and that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection, man. So that's someone that's preoccupied or occupied, you know, trying to live in this world, man. You know, like we gave you the example, there's things that you got to neglect that had to fall by the wayside to be solid in this truth. There's a Luke 8:15, but on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. And to keep the word, you know, like I said, it's going to require a sacrifice on your part. It's going to require that you bear your cross daily. Let's get Luke 21 and 54. This is Luke 21. Is it 54 to 34? Here, it has to be 34. So Luke 21:34, and this is the word to read, the word Yahushua. And it says, watch yourself. It says, and take heed to yourself, that at any time your hearts be overshadowed with sophrighting. Let's get that word sophrighting. The giddiness and headache caused by drinking wine to excess, you know, bored, you know, partying and, you know, being about the bullshit, and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell upon the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things. So it's a trap, man. You know, this place is a trap. It's set up to be a trap. It's set up to stop you from serving your power. It's contrary to you, man. Because created by Satan. The word Satan, it means adversary. So watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass to stand before the Son of Man. You know, because we're all going to have to give our account of ourselves in that day. So let's get, I think it's Mark. And this is the same thing written in Luke, but just with a different clarity to it. Mark 4:19, the cares of this world, the deceitfulness of things, deceitfulness of riches, you know, those snares and traps. And the lust of other things entering in choke the word and becomes unfruitful. So your attention or your occupation with this world, it can make it that you become unfruitful in the word. And you gotta be mindful of that, man. Let's get Joshua the 24th chapter, the 15th verse, man, and because you got to make a decision. It's an either or. It's a yay or a nay. It's a hot or cold. Joshua 24:15, and that means that you might have to live a not so great life. Let's just put it that way. You know, others always talk about, you know, when you come into this truth, there's hell to catch, man, and it's very true. You know, I can just look at the camp I am. There's not one brother not catching hell. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, there's not one brother that's not catching some type of hell. You know, sometimes it's more severe. Some seasons are more severe than others, man. You know, but that's just the program. You know, like they say, the condition of the battle is Joshua 24:15. It says, if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve. Whether the gods which your fathers served, and that's the gods which your fathers served are basically the program of this world. They were other side of the flood, or the God, the Amorites, in those lands you dwell, but as for me and my house, you will serve the Lord. The other side of the flood, speaking of the Red Sea parting, man. Let's go ahead and get Philippians 4:6. This is Philippians 4:6. It says, be careful. So, you know, when those things pile up on you, you know, it might produce an anxiety. But that's what prayer is for. Be careful for nothing. Everything by prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to Yahweh. You know, the power of prayer is our power of prayer is our weapon. It's our weapon in dealing with these situations. You know, believing that the Lord got your back, having faith in whatever situation they're put upon. You know, praying away certain things in your life that may be blocking or stopping you from being fruitful in this truth. You know, these are things to consider in your walk, man. But that's just a real quick lesson. Once again, here at the plantation, Most Wooden Hope is edifying. That would give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash, Kahala, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.